What's crackin', movie trivia Schmoedown fans? It's your boy C-Dub, and today we got in the teams division. We got Critically Acclaimed taking on the Harris Brothers. The Harris Brothers had quite the run last year in the Anarchy tournament, but just came up short. But they're back, and returning after a long absence is Critically Acclaimed, who are a definite force to be reckoned with. This will be a great match, but I gotta go with Critically Acclaimed in this one. But let's get this thing started.
Season 6. Once again, I want to thank Collider for the incredible few seasons we had there. Thank you so much to Mark Fernandez. Thank you to Collider for having us on the channel. And now we are on the Movie Trivia Schmoedown channel. You guys are here. You are watching. What a great season we are going to have. So much in store. Mark Baby Caratellis, thanks for joining us.
Christian George Harloff, great to be here alongside you for another great season of Schmoedown at Mayhem. Thank you for wearing your finest Bugle Boy medium shirt to this very exciting matchup that features teams that we think are going to answer a lot of questions correctly. On one side of the ledger, you have Critically Acclaimed. They know themselves some good movies. And the Harris Brothers, fun fact, they are related.
They are related indeed. And I will tell you, though, that this match could have easily happened at Schmoedown Spectacular. It is going to be whoever faces the champions, who are the current champions, the Shire Wolves, Clark Wolf, Rachel Cushing. They are the champions. They defended the championship successfully at the Spectacular, and they needed new contenders. Well, enter Critically Acclaimed, 3-1, 3 knockouts, the former Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, William the Beast Bibiani, on that team, and they go up against the finalist of Anarchy, the tournament last year, the Harris Brothers, Lon and Jonathan. Very solid team. We're not predicted to go all the way to the finals, but did it, and now they have a shot to get to the title match.
They were a team accidentally thrown together by circumstance. Lon Harris needed a teammate. He said, hey, I don't know anybody that knows movies. Oh, wait, who's that guy I grew up with? Enter his brother. Now they are an indomitable team. Then Critically Acclaimed, what they have brought to the table, because it's William the Bibiani, sure, but Whitney Seibold also knows him some movies. He's a very respected film critic in this community, and now he is here to do some damage to the Harris family name.
Well, this is the thing, because William Bibiani has said it often. He was bummed about Anarchy. They were on a victory road there, Critically Acclaimed, to get themselves a #1 contender shot and get a title shot last year. Enter Mike Kalinowski, who then says, all right, Anarchy, guess what, Whitney? You're going to be with Mark Hoig. And the Beast, you're going to be with Matt Nost. And they didn't get to play with each other. This is the first time they played together in months. And they had a big break the year before that. So they are ready to make an impact. But if the Harris Brothers have anything to say with it, they'll be the ones. But they had a lot to say. There was a lot of smack talk. There was a lot of gibberish that I didn't understand. Here we go.
Critically Acclaimed, 3 wins, 3 knockouts.
Look, the Lords of Chaos took over at that point and separated us and made sure that our combined powers could not blast a hole through everything.
The Harris Brothers, what's the story behind that?
They're brothers. They are brothers. They are the NC Harris Brothers. Lon Harris reaches out and gets his brother, another professor, to go ahead and compete with.
His name's John?
Lon
and John?
Yeah.
You gotta love that family sense of humor.
The Harris Brothers are back to reclaim our title, but the Harris Brothers, I mean, these miscreants, they come along, they think, oh, I won this match, now give me my belt, but they haven't done the rigorous work, they lack the discipline. Certainly, we have proven ourselves, we've taken out, Please Take the Panoli, we took out that team, we took out The Odd Couple, named for one of Neil Simon's lesser works, so we took out both of those teams before our match against Who's the Boss.
Critically Acclaimed, the Harris Brothers, face to face, to face, to face. Knowledge against knowledge.
But better knowledge. These are film critics. Journalism is dead. The academia is where they should be.
Your team is called Critically Acclaimed. Your team is a description of our team.
They say that they know everything there is to know about sort of the high art.
That's our job.
That's us. How many Kaneto Shindo films have you seen?
How many York Bucherite films have you seen?
We are and have proven ourselves to be the top team in this entire league.
Together, we are nigh unstoppable.
And not bad looking.
Dr. Billiam Bibiani and Mr. Whitney Sebold.
Prepare to be comically ashamed.
You see what I was talking about. You get the Harris brothers talking smack about critically acclaimed, saying that the Harris brothers think that they're smarter than they really are. This is a smack talk. This is a #1 contender match, and they both want those belts.
It's a question of chemistry here today, Christian, because critically acclaimed, are they going to be able to ride right back in the same saddle after all these many months off from competing with each other? The Harris brothers, they're kind of like those twins from G.I. Joe. The other one feels the pain even though they're far away.
Right.
Is that going to factor into the match? Probably not, but if it gets physical, you just don't know.
All right, here's some notable accomplishments from both teams. Critically acclaimed, they have 3 victories. They have 3 knockouts, and they have the former Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion on the team. The Harris brothers, also finalists in the tournament. They have beaten The Odd Couple. They beat Take the Cannoli. They have a lot of notable wins here, and they're looking for a new shot.
And they are one of the few teams in the league that sleep in bunk beds.
True. All right, well, with that, Mark, I'm ready to get going. How about you?
I am prepared, Christian. Let's do it.
#1 contender match for the championship against the Shire Wolves. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown! Introducing first, with a record of 3 wins, 1 defeat, and 3 knockouts, Whitney, the Beauty, Sebold, and the former Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, William the Beast Bibiani, critically exhausting.
It was a bit of a walk.
You made it. Well, congratulations. I'm glad that you made it.
It wasn't just them making it either. William the Bibiani has fans in the crowd. They even brought a sign to support their hero.
I like William the Bibiani.
Right.
All right.
It's my sister.
And their opponents, with a record of 3 wins, 1 defeat, and 1 knockout, they are the 2018 Ultimate Schmoedown finalists, Lon and Jonathan, the Harris Brothers.
He's doing the death point.
Oh, there he is. Oh, Christian, it's a 7th seal, 7th sign. Oh, I see. Oh, goodness. Categories.
Skipping categories.
What are they going to do?
God. That is just like the classic movie. Instead of chess, they're playing scattergold.
I was going to say, these guys call themselves film snobs. They just remade a millennial version of the Seventh Seal. I call Fel. That's not very snobby. That's very mainstream of you.
I think it's educators. It's about making these classic films resonate for a younger
Then you
generation.
show them Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
This is the most interesting smack talk I've ever seen.
I just wanted to wear this costume so you can't see my tells.
All right, well, here we go now as the number one contender match begins. Mark, round number one, how's that go?
You gotta love how they acted out a scene, and then you have two film critics giving them criticism. In round number one, the field is going to hear 8 questions from 8 different movie trivia categories. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round number one. Although this is a team match, keep in mind, in round number one, you are to rely only on your own intellect to get the correct answer. We will ask the question. Once we do, you have about 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard in front of you. Once we ask you by name to reveal your answer, please say your best attempt into the microphone. At the same time, you hold the whiteboard up to the camera and also allow us up here on the answer desk to witness in all its glory your possibly correct answer. I will remind each team you have 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. If you're not sure you heard a question correctly, you need to buy yourself some time, use a JTE rule. Each team also has 1 challenge to be administered when they see fit.
All right, so with that, Harris Brothers, are you ready?
Too often students don't listen to all the directions, so I just want you guys to know that we definitely did.
Okay.
Thank you, John.
Critically acclaimed, are you ready?
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, we're good. We're not pretentious. We just want to play the game.
Let's get ready to
Schmoedown!
First question is an action adventure. Which The Walking Dead actor played government agent Harvey Russell in 2018's Rampage?
You know, it's kind of like a running joke last year, but I do think Jonathan's still my favorite Harris brother.
No.
Yeah.
All right. That's pretty nice.
Clearly better than Lon, although I do enjoy
5, 4, 3.
Jeffrey
Repeat
Dean
the question.
Morgan.
Which The Walking Dead actor played government agent Harvey Russell in 2018's Rampage? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Harris Brothers. Lon.
It is Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yes, it is. Whitney.
I wrote down Norman Reedus.
Okay.
I
John.
wrote down what he likes to be called grimy.
Oh, and Beast.
I also had Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
So you go. Tie game. Tie game. Critically acclaimed has 1 piece.
Tied at 1 apiece.
All right, here we go. Next question.
Next question. In the world of animated, these are movies that have been drawn by hand or more likely on a computer. Your question is, when Blue, a domesticated macaw from small town Minnesota, meets the fiercely independent Jewel, he takes off on an adventure with her in what film? It's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Animated question.
So hopefully they don't repeat that one. 5.
It's a long time.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Whitney.
Rio.
Yes, it is. Jonathan.
Rio.
Yep. Beast.
Rio.
Yep.
I also said Rio.
Rio. There
And
you
she
go.
dances on the sand.
I gotta tell you, I like what William the Beast Bibiani tried to do there. I like that he pretended it was a long title and just did a lot of scribbling. I really enjoyed that.
Matt gasped, wait a minute.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Said it's a long title. I like that.
A little bit of gamesmanship
I
by
liked
the
it.
Beast.
Smart. All right, here we go. Next question. Dramas. Who stars as former slave hunter turned Jesuit missionary in 1986's The Mission?
You ever have Mission tortilla chips? You get them at fancier grocery stores. It
Yeah.
just says Mission.
I know what they are.
And they're good stuff.
Good for you.
Put them in some
5,
queso.
4, 3. What's queso? 2, 1. Pens
Chuck
down,
Norris?
please. And Jonathan.
Figured it was 50-50, I guessed Liam Neeson.
That's incorrect. Beast.
Robert De Niro?
That is correct. Lon.
I also had Robert De Niro.
And Whitney.
Oh, I wrote Jeremy Irons.
Incorrect. So still tie game there. Okay. Next question.
Game. No one wants to
No, it's
grab
up for
hold of
10.
the match just yet.
Liam Neeson.
Gentlemen, your next question is in the world of 80s movies. This is as in the 1980s. Your question is, which 1980s musical contains the following quote? What professional rides a motorcycle and wears a black leather jacket?
Stumped.
I have a black leather jacket.
I would
also
hate to see that.
I also have a light jean jacket.
I like the jean
which I'm
jacket.
wearing
5.
Can you repeat the question?
I certainly
Who
can.
was that? Lon? Yeah, good.
In 1980s movies, which 1980s musical contains the following quote? What professional rides a motorcycle and wears a black leather jacket?
5, 4, 3,
Hairspray?
2, 1. Beast.
Was it Grease 2?
No, it was not. Lon?
I believe it was Little Shop of
That is
Horrors.
correct. Whitney.
I wrote Footloose.
And Jonathan?
We were on the same page for once. I guess Grease 2.
Oh, wow. So the Harris brothers. Yeah, Harris. So,
Please miss the next one.
next question.
Yeah,
All right, here we go. Next question. Fantasy/sci-fi. Which 1984 film, starring Emilio Estevez and Harry Dean Stanton, follows a bunch of wacky characters trying to find a Chevy Malibu with radioactive aliens hidden in the trunk? God, I feel like I've just seen the whole movie.
When that happens. You get these radioactive aliens.
Yeah.
Again, that's why you gotta
5,
really vet ET.
4, 3.
Is he a botanist?
I just like when you talk to
Is
yourself.
he a botanist? Is he
1.
not?
Pens down. Lon.
Most people spend their lives trying to get out of insane situations, but the Repo Man spends his life trying to get out.
Correct.
Yes,
Whitney.
Repo Man. Ordinary people, I hate him. Repo Man.
You got it. Jonathan.
I didn't get it. I put Men at Work.
Beast.
Wow, okay, but I did have Repo Man.
Wow, so critically acclaimed, back to tie the game here. All tied up. All right. Here we go. Next category here. Next category is comedy.
In the world of comedy,
Sorry, it's your
Christian,
question.
do the laugh.
No, you got it. Chuck.
Who directed Clueless?
If you don't know, would that mean that you're...
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Amy
This is a tough
Hecker
question for
Lang.
some. Trying to go there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whitney.
Amy Heckerling.
Yes, sir. Jonathan.
Amy Heckerling.
Yep. Beast.
Amy Heckerling?
And Lon.
Amy Heckerling.
Lon's still perfect. Lon's still perfect.
Lon did get a bonus question asked just to him. And if I may say, out of all the competitors I've ever seen write something on a whiteboard, Whitney, by far the best penmanship.
It's good.
He gets a bonus point for that, right?
No, not yet.
Gets
Next
extra
season.
credit in my class.
Yes.
Good.
Yes, there you go. Next season.
What is that?
Well done. All right. Horror/thriller. Quiet over there.
One thing.
Name the movie from this synopsis. Name the movie from the synopsis. A woman who lives in her darkened old family house with her 2 photosensitive children becomes convinced that the home is haunted.
You know what I love is when we're clearly on camera and you decide it's time to take a sip out of your empty cup with your straw. I'm going to speak with Alex and say, Christian, no more liquids
5
during the match.
4. It's better than staring into the ether.
You
3,
are an animal.
2, 1. Pens down, please. And Jonathan.
I didn't know who directed this at first, and then I went, aha, the others.
Yeah, that's right. And Beast.
The others is the correct.
Yes, Lon.
I also put the others.
And perfect penmanship.
The otters.
God, look at that. Just hold that up there for a second.
All right. Well,
So good.
look at this. But look at this. Lon, if he hits this question, he will all...
Come on.
himself will answer a question. You'll have a perfect round. You'll have the time for the bonus question.
That's
blow it.
right.
Miss. Don't blow it.
Noonan.
Your last question,
Steve Perry.
I'm encouraging.
is a Patreon question, and this comes to us courtesy of, I love saying this guy's name, Jake Hammer. The Hammer's back. Jake Hammer, loyal movie trivia Schmoedown patron. Check out the Patreon today and select which tier is right for you. Maybe one day I'll say your name like I just did, Jake the Hammer. Jake wanted a question in the category of new releases.
Man, come on, what the fuck?
These are releases that are somewhat new, and your question to the field.
How dare he?
What 2018 film do Blake Lively and Henry Golding play husband and wife? Well, the Hammer's back. The Hammer.
It is the tie game here. If they all get it, it'll be tied, but Lon will have a chance if he hits it to take the lead. 5, 4, 3,
A Simple Favor?
1. Beast.
It's one of the best movies of that or any year. A Simple Favor.
It is Lon.
I also have a simple
Perfect
favor.
round for Lon. Whitney. And Jonathan.
I wrote a serious thing.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Simple and serious.
So now,
Man, what the fuck? What's the deal here?
Joan Hart romantic comedy from 2001.
So they lost their lead, but Lon has a chance to tie the game here if he hits this question. Lon, you don't have to write this down. This is just for you. Here you go. Here's your bonus question. Lon, name the two actors who have played Rooster Cogburn.
That would be Jeff Bridges and John Wayne.
For 1 point. Tie game here. Tie game.
There we go.
And now we get, wow, what a match this has been so far. And we get into round number 2, the wheel rounds. Mark, how's 2 go?
In round number 2, each team gets a spin at the wheel of doom, fate, and for one lucky team, justice. Each slice on that there wheel corresponds to a movie trivia category that contains 4 questions therein. Each question is worth 2 points. However, if you're not sure of the answer, the teams can ask for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. You answer that one correctly, you get yourself 1 point as opposed to 2 if you get it on your lonesome. Keep in mind, both teams, all competitors, there is stealing available in round number 2. So be aware, on the wheel, we have a bevy of Patreon things to celebrate, Christian, because that wheel is sponsored with a slice from one of our Schmoedown patrons, and that slice is Jim Henson. It's a new slice. We got a Henson slice. So if we land on Jim Henson, we will say that patron's name. Thank you very much. And the wheel itself is also sponsored, and for that, we're going to give a big shout out right now to Mr. John Layton. Thank you, John, for sponsoring the wheel. And his sponsored wheel slices today are James Bond and Natalie Portman. Wow. I do not believe she has been in a Bond film.
All right, well, yet.
And because Critically Acclaimed likes to answer questions, maybe they get to go first, but that is all in the hands of the Harris brothers. You are the favorites, and we're a tied game, so would you like to spin first or defer to your critical opponents?
I believe we'll spin first.
Okay, please spin from the wheel. Not the
Lon Harris. Gonna grab it from the husk.
There's a good spin by Lon. I like that spin. The question is, see, Lon made a big mistake last turn. He was confident in a particular thing, but was trying to appease his brother, and he spun away, and I think that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with the wheel. If this was press your luck, this could be big.
Classics. They're going to keep it. All right, All right, so Classics. This is now, can they put their money where their mouth is here? So here we go. Classics.
Depends on how classic the classics are.
Let's see.
Take issue with what you deem a classic.
All right, well, here you go. Here we go. All right, guys. Classics. 6 questions. What 1940s drama, starring Gregory Peck, Dorothy McGuire, John Garfield, and Celeste Holm, concerns a journalist posing as a Jewish man to research an expose on anti-Semitism in New York City?
Is that To Kill a Mockingbird?
5.
Can we have...
4.
We'll say the gentleman's agreement.
That's correct.
Wow. They almost went multiple choice. They ended up getting it right.
All right, here we go. What 1950s film, starring Bing Crosby, Frank Sinatra, and Grace Kelly, was based on the play The Philadelphia Story? 5, 4.
Can we get multiple choice?
You can. A, Riding High. B, The Country Girl. C, High Society. D, Going My Way.
High Society. C.
We'll say High Society.
For 1 point, that's correct. Okay.
Another classic so far, Christian.
All right, question 3. Who played the female lead alongside Bing Crosby and Bob Hope in 1942's The Road to Morocco? 5.
We'll do multiple choice in this one as well.
A, Dorothy Lamour. B, Rosemary Clooney. C, Ingrid Bergman. D, Joan Fontaine.
Joan Fontaine? D.
Rosemary Clooney.
It's incorrect. For the steal?
Dorothy Lamour.
Correct for 1 point.
Wow. Big steal for Critically Acclaimed.
This is number 4. Okay. How many times does Scarlett O'Hara get married in Gone with the Wind?
By today's standards, too many.
5.
3.
Correct. Yeah.
All right, didn't need multiple choice for that one.
5.
Ashley sucks.
Number 5.
Not a big fan.
Orson Welles plays which Shakespearean character in 1965's Chimes at Midnight?
Falstaff.
Correct for 2 points. Last question. Last question. Who played Maria Nunes in 1961's West Side Story?
Yeah.
5, 4.
We'll go multiple choice.
Is it A, Julie Andrews, B, Natalie Wood, C, Audrey Hepburn, D, Barbara
Natalie
Streisand?
Wood?
It's Natalie Wood.
For 1 point. So 7-point lead here. Now, critically acclaimed has a chance to spin. Now, they could have a great, strong category here, or they might hit something that they don't want. But we'll see. The beast is going to spin by the wheel, and here we go. Thank you.
Yeah, 7
You
points.
figure the
Not an insurmountable lead when it comes to your team, because you have 6 questions and you can confer with your teammate who also knows a lot about movies. So I think critically acclaimed sitting in pretty good position.
They are. And William Bibiani, also the managing editor of the Schmoedown website.
TriviaSD.com, that one?
90s. 90s it is.
All right.
So you're going to go with 90s.
We're going to go with
90s.
the decade of the 1990s.
Where is it? I don't see it. There it is.
You don't need to see it, you just need to hear it.
All right.
Critically acclaimed, your first question in the world of the 1990s that includes Cineburst Gum and Crystal Pepsi.
Ooh.
Your first of 6 questions is,
with that.
what comedic actor played sound engineer Gary Dixon in Anaconda?
Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson.
4,
Owen Wilson.
3.
Yeah, Owen Wilson.
That's 2 points.
Nice. The beast hits the break.
2 points. Your next question, once again, sticking in the world of the 90s. In the film Wayne's World, what song is Wayne denied from playing in the guitar solo?
Stairway to Heaven.
No stairway denied, but they get 2 points for it. That's a 3-point game.
That's really sad.
All right, gentlemen. Next up, who plays Amy March, the youngest of the March Girls in 1994's Little Women?
2 different actors play her. Do you want the younger or the older?
Younger.
Look, it's Kirsten Dunst and Samantha Mathis.
Thank you very much.
We're not confident. We just want to play a game.
That was before they asked the Little Women question.
I would quickly like to get the Harris brothers' thoughts on the 94 Little Women film that was based on the classic novel.
I mean, if one must watch the more recent version because one lacks the patience and dedication to look up the old one, sure.
The Katharine Hepburn one is better.
I prefer the late Chris Farley version on Saturday.
All right.
Fine example.
And we move back into the world of the 90s. Your next question is,
Looking forward to it.
which 90s film is about 3 of the most popular girls at Reagan High accidentally killing the prom queen when a kidnapping goes horribly wrong?
Jawbreaker.
It is, in fact, Jawbreaker.
Which is nothing like Heather's.
They take the lead.
Totally different from Heather's.
Your penultimate question in round number 2. In the 1993 thriller Falling Down, who plays the wife of Michael Douglas's defense, Beth Trevino?
Oh, who was the wife? No.
5.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Barbara Hershey, B, Tuesday Weld, C, Sharon Stone, or D,
A.
Rachel Ticotin?
Barbara Hershey. Barbara Hershey.
Give him a point.
Wow. So look at that. So we are now 2-point lead here by critically acclaimed.
All right. Your last question in the world of the 90s. And boy, what a 90s question this one is. For 2 points,
Dudical.
what real grunge band were members of Cliff's band in the 1992 Cameron Crowe film Singles?
Oh, Jesus. Was it? Yeah. Okay, Pearl Jam.
They're still alive. Yeah.
Look at that. What a round by critically acclaimed. Very impressive. They really worked together as a team. Got themselves a 4-point lead here. And now we get into the third round. 4 points. We've seen teams come back from a before, but that's a very solid lead. Mark, how does round 3 work?
It's incredible to see the comeback Critically Acclaimed had. The Harris brothers, one of them pitching a perfect round once, but now we have an even flow into round number 3. Each team will give us a series of 3 numbers. These numbers can range from 1 to 20. Each number you give us is going to correspond to a different movie trivia category up here at the answer desk. The first question is worth 2 points. Your next one's worth 3 points. Your last one, should we make it that far, is worth 5 points. Now keep in mind, we will tell you the category that you selected at random for your 2-pointer, and at that point the team itself must decide which member is going to answer that one individually. You may not confer with your teammate, and then for the 3-pointer, the opposite teammate will answer that one by themselves. You may only confer with your teammate for the 5-point question.
All right. Now, with that being said, the Critically Acclaimed is in the lead now. 3 numbers from 1 to 20.
Pick one. 4, 15, 19.
4, 15, and 19 for Acclaimed and the Harris brothers.
6,
Take 9.
10,
6, 9, and 10. All right, so the Harris brothers will start first here with number 6. Number 6 will begin for the Harris brothers, and they will have to choose in the category of fantasy sci-fi. Fantasy sci-fi. Who would like to take it?
I'll take this one.
All right, here you go. All right. Category of fantasy sci-fi. Who provides the voice of the monster in 2016's A Monster Calls? 5.
Vin Diesel.
For Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson. All right.
It is a tree. It is a tree.
It is. All right. So here's the next question here for the Harris brothers. The 3-pointer Lon will get here. They were going to have to hit their 3 and their 5 here. So here's the 3 in the category of 9. 9, which is Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie.
Okay.
Here you go, Lon. In which film does Angelina Jolie play Colin Farrell's mother?
Is it
5?
Is it A Winter's Tale?
For Alexander.
Alexander.
So, if they do not hit this, Critically Acclaimed will have their 4th consecutive TKO by win here if they hit it. Here we go. Harris brothers need to hit this. This is category 10. Category 10, war movies. War movies. Here you go, guys. You ready to go? You can confer on this one.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Name 2 of the other soldiers, you need the actors' names here, who get pinned down with Mark Wahlberg in Lone Survivor.
Ben Foster? No, not Ben Foster. Emil Hirsch? Emil Hirsch.
5.
One of them.
4.
We're going to take a wild
John
guess and say
Bernthal.
Wes Bentley and Ben Foster.
And your winner!
Foster, we would have accepted either Emil Hirsch or Taylor Kitsch. They went with Wes Bentley, not quite enough to force the hand of Critically Acclaimed, and they are back in the winner's circle again, and what a formidable team that they are going into the rest of this season. They are one to keep your eye on.
Oh, absolutely. Well, now they've got a date with destiny as they face off against the Shire Wolves, Clark Wolf and Rachel Cushing. TKO, I do not see in their future with that match, but I do see a big title match now. When will it happen? Sometime in February, sometime in March, but it will happen. Critically Acclaimed versus the Shire Wolves for the belts. Bibiani has the opportunity now to become the 3rd man in history to win both the team belts and the singles championship.
The Critically Acclaimed kids, they move on to continue to spin the black circle. Meanwhile, the Harris brothers will be listening to the song Black on a Yellow Ledbetter. I'm still referencing Pearl Jam songs.
Well, now we're going to talk to Emma Fife, who's standing with both Critically Acclaimed and the Harris brothers.
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? Your team lead commissioner, Emma Fife, here with the Harris brothers, Jonathan, Lon. You put up a good fight today, I have to say.
I think we answered all the questions that were about, movies that people should be expected to know about. I don't know, The Lone Survivor. I'm not sure who's asking about these recent films. I had expected, if we were going to talk about war films, it might be Hell is for Heroes, the classic Don Siegel adventure, but next time, perhaps.
No, today was the Bing Crosby Schmoedown.
Yes.
I'm not sure that is something I want to be a part of.
I see. Okay, well, I guess that Bing Crosby doesn't make your list of noteworthy actors from the past whom people should invest time in seeing their
Mine
films.
is classic, not noteworthy actors from the past.
I see. Point taken.
I would hate to be Bing Crosby right now because I just leveled him.
He is rolling over in his grave, I guess. Yeah. Anyway,
Bing got dinged.
Lon, you had a perfect round one, though. I mean, you like to say not so nice things about films of the present day, but you clearly know a thing or two about new releases because that was included in there.
I mean, I get by. I have to relate to young students and inspire them, so it is important that I learn about your Rios and what have you.
Yes, and we already discussed the overabundance of Bing Crosby in your round 2 there, but then what happened in round 3?
In round 3, you only get a few questions. You only get a few chances to really strike. We got a Monster Calls. I think Jonathan was expecting if we were going to talk about monsters, it might be from Hammer films or the classic Universal period. But fair enough. But, I think they're just recent films that we just haven't seen as much, haven't studied with the level of depth that we've studied, say, the classics of the French New Wave.
When you have a cartoon tree in your film and he is not careening through space, I don't know if you can expect anyone to know it.
You did answer a tree-related actor, which I thought was very good.
It was stuck in my head, and I thought there is absolutely no chance that Vin Diesel would voice multiple trees in 2018.
I'd actually like to see I'd like to see a Monster Calls redubbed with Vin Diesel's voice.
I mean, maybe
Just sing
Vin Diesel has, tree specialist on his resume nowadays. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen Vin Diesel's his special skills on his resume.
Lon and I are a family. This won't break us apart.
Hey, kid, don't be sad about your dead mom.
Well,
It's my impression of Vin Diesel in a Monster.
No, that was my impression of Liam Neeson as a tree in Monster Calls.
Sure. Now, you guys, you're a great team. I love having you in the league. I love seeing you out there, but you've hit some rough spots as of late. How are you feeling about the future of the Harris brothers in the Schmoedown?
I do not know much about film. So, that's always something. That's always something you want to deal with.
Contemporary.
Listen, film knowledge is not necessarily.
That's not necessarily what this is about, and I know that going in.
Yeah. I mean, Josh McCouga's made a whole career in the Schmoedown on not really knowing that much about film.
Start drinking.
Well, maybe I will after this. Anyway, unrelated.
But I am going to, regardless, I think there may be a future for the Harris Brothers Schmoedown, but regardless, I plan to come in very strong, return to the singles lead, my former glory in the singles lead, and specifically, I wish to challenge Mr. William Artemis Bibiani to a singles one-on-one match following our showdown today.
I think that's a fair challenge.
The gauntlet has been thrown, Mr. Bibiani.
Hey, Whitney, you want to go to that yard house across the street? Maybe we can get some onion rings and a beer or something?
I highly recommend the cheese curds there. They're really delicious.
Really? The cheese curds?
Yeah, it's just like fried cheese.
Do they have whey?
Really can't go wrong.
No,
I've never asked about whey, but later at the yard house we'll ask about it. But
whey-free establishment. First gluten, then whey. They're slowly removing ingredients.
I'd hate to be whey right now because we just nailed it. Bing!
Go away, whey.
We'll be right back with Critically Acclaimed.
I'm still alive.
I guess we're just opening up on Critically Acclaimed's victory cheer song.
Yeah, we're pretty happy.
Yeah, I mean, you had a very impressive match, I have to say.
I also have to say that. Yeah, I thought we did really good. I was like, we didn't have to. What's 4 knockouts for us? It's that it's 4 TKOs. That the number one. I know the Patriots had a lot, but it's up there, right? That's pretty good.
Definitely set records.
Whether or not we're setting a record, it's still something to be darn proud of.
Right.
I absolutely agree with that sentiment. I mean, I think that people sometimes forget about you and that you proved today that you should not be forgotten.
Who could forget this face?
A lot of people can forget this face. We disappear as a team for months upon months, and every time we come back, we come roaring back, showing everybody. I'm looking forward to our next match, but with our luck, it'll be in 9 months, so who the hell knows? But it's great. It's really, really cool. I'm glad we were able to come roaring back in this season, start off strong. Who knows what happens next?
Well, I mean, I know what happens next. You guys are now #1 contenders, so you're going to be going up against the Shire Wolves for the belt.
I know, and it's really cool talking about that with you because you have no biases whatsoever. You have no preconceived notions, nothing like... Look, you saw what the Shire Wolves have done for themselves. They are the toughest team, I think, in the history of the league. So we are, I'm going to say this right now, we are honored to face the Shire Wolves. We hope to do well against the Shire Wolves. It would be neat if we won, but, let's be honest here, there's no shame in losing against the Shire Wolves, right?
We can hold our own against the Shire Wolves.
Yeah, and it'll be fun.
And down at that moment, when the score is tied and we're holding the staff, we can just yell at that big fiery monster. What does Gandalf yell? What was it?
Oh, Jesus Christ, we're gonna lose.
Oh, when he yells at the Balrog?
Yeah.
You shall not pass! I'm honored that it's going to be the two of you. I think you guys are very worthy competitors, and Clark and Rachel, as you say, are definitely some of the strongest players that the league has ever seen, and the two of them together are a force to be reckoned with, and I think that you guys are a force that'll be nice to see it going up against their force.
Whee! And I just want to see what we're going to do for our intros, because they're good. They got, hey, I don't have an award.
Yeah, that's true.
They got an award. I have nothing.
Maybe this is your opportunity.
That'd be nice.
Now, William Bibiani, I have to say, unless there is a William Artemis Bibiani, or was it Aloysius?
It was Artemis.
Artemis
yeah.
Bibiani. You've been issued a challenge from one Professor Lon Harris.
May I borrow the mic for a second? I have a message for Lon Schmoedown Harris. Lon, yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll talk to Christian, see if we can schedule that.
Oh, well, really that was a lukewarm yes. But, okay, taking it as a yes one way or another. Well, congratulations to both of you. Whitney, Bibbs, critically acclaimed. I look forward to seeing you guys go up against the Shire Wolves.
Yeah!
Now back to you, Mark and Christian.
Going down, maybe.
All right, so look, as we saw in the interview, Lon and Jonathan both a little upset by the match itself, but Lon saying he's ready to play singles, ready to keep playing teams, as is Jonathan. They're ready to keep going, and they have more matches ahead of them for sure.
And a job well done, not just from a question-answering standpoint, but technically, what a great intro that was, bringing Scattergories to the 7th seal, a beautiful melding of the new and the old world.
But it's critically acclaimed, who is very excited as they speak to Emma Fyffe inside of that interview there. That's how good Emma Fyffe is, though. She's a neutral announcer, and she's asking the questions because now is the commissioner of this league.
That's right.
She is the commissioner of the team's league.
She's someone that you can actually trust, and you guys can go to triviasd.com right now for all the latest and greatest in the world of the movie Trivia Schmoedown. You get some cool factoids, updates, and you can buy tickets to upcoming live events, and check out the movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Select which tier is right for you. That's how you can watch all these fancy live events that we love putting on for you.
And don't forget, on February 23rd, I announced it at a spectacular, the first Schmoedown Throwdown. That's right, 2 matches in one live streaming event on February 23rd. We'll be doing it from here. You guys, if you're at the $10 Patreon tier, you can get it, or you can get it at a one-time fee to watch the Inner Geekdom title match between Mike Kalinowski and the winner of Rachel Cushing and Adam Lavin.
It's going to be a barn burner there for sure, and a lot of great movie trivia Schmoedown action in the meantime. That is Christian George Harloff. I am merely Mark Ellis. Go listen to some grunge, and if that doesn't do it for you, how about you get some Van Halen in you? You see the shirt?
Oh, that's good.
This looks exactly like my Uncle Herman's grill. I don't know what it's doing over here, but this is definitely his grill. I could probably sell it on eBay for a couple of $100.
No,
At least I'm thinking.
no, it wasn't your table. Bibbs, it wasn't your... How did you even get my number? How did you get my number? No, delete it. Delete it. I gotta call you back.
Well, Well.
Mr. Finstock, Mr. Gucci. How are you, my friend? It's so good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you too, man.
Look, brother.
What's your deal?
You know what my deal is? I've been wanting you since day one. I tried to recruit you when I was with that idiot on Action, but right now, I want you, me, I want to take over the 2019 Guy and Gucci, baby. I can see the lights. I can see the billboards right now.
No, that rings. It looks like Dirk Diggler in neon.
Yeah, that's right.
But I gotta tell you, I'm not your guy. I'm not your guy. I got 2 guys already. They're gonna beat 2 girls. I just don't need another guy.
Okay. Cute. That was real cute. I like that. That was good. I knew you were gonna do some stupid thing like that. So you know what? I got a little surprise for you too, Guy. Gooch, guess what? Hey! I got a little friend here for you. Let's see.
This moron.
Oh, come on now.
That's my wig.
This is your JTE trial wig, bitch.
I knew what it was.
Well, okay. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Oh, wait.
You got lighter fluid in there?
You know, no, I don't. Oh, wait.
It proves you burned my mask.
I have lighter fluid.
Ooh.
What? I heard your what?
My fucking mask.
What are you talking about?
You know what?
You know, people have been talking to me about, I don't know what you mean.
No, I know what it is. You burned my mask. I saw it.
How would I have
I saw it. Schmoedown spectacular.
How would I?
Look. Boys. Nobody has that structure.
We can figure this out.
With this guy?
Of course I am. And you should join us. Look, you guys can figure all this out later, but imagine what the 3 of us could do to this league. We could set this whole place on fire.
Or tackle everybody.
It's like what Beavis used to say. Fire. Think about it. We are fire. That's what the kids say.
Who let you out of that room we locked you in?
I don't know. The same people that probably let me into your house.
Hey, you're gonna drop this guy in 2 months.
Join us. Come on, join the dark side. Join the great side. You're with 2 has-beens. You're with the 50-year-old guy and the weaker half of Team Action. Come all we can do is dark.
You know what,
all we can do is win.
Right.
We can just be better, right? Come on, dude. Maybe you'll get your face back.
Hey!
We knew he was gonna do that shit anyway. Yeah, well, you know what? Let's set some shit on fire. Have I told you how much I enjoy that you burn everything to the ground? I love it. This year, we're gonna be tackling people, we're gonna be setting them on fire, my friend. It's gonna be amazing.
What's up, Schmoedown fans? Frank here, and it is time for your Schmoedown breakdown.
And winner!
The first team match of the new league year, and it's a #1 contenders match between the Harris brothers and Critically Acclaimed. We haven't seen Critically Acclaimed play as a team since June of last year when they defeated Schmoedown. And the Harris brothers, we haven't seen them play since their brutal defeat to Who's the Boss when they were KO'd in last year's tournament final. But to start the season, Lon Harris wasn't wasting any time as he scores a perfect first round for the 2nd time in Team League play. This only helped them keep the game tied as Jonathan Harris scored 3 points in the round. Getting into the 2nd round action, the Harris brothers stick with classics and earn a total of 8 points. They had to go to multiple choice 3 times, and they gave up a 1-point steal on their 3rd question.
Rosemary Clooney.
It's incorrect for the steal.
Dorothy Lamour.
Correct for 1 point.
As for Bibbs and Whitney, they stick with 90s and go a perfect 6 for 6 for 11 points and a 4-point lead heading into the final round. For the Harris brothers, their woes continued as they went 0 for 3 and a final score of 24-20, which means Critically Acclaimed will now face off against the Shire Wolves for the title. Going inside the numbers, Critically Acclaimed put up their 2nd best accurate performance to date. They answered 83%. And looking at the 2nd round play for them, they put up career best by hitting all 6 questions for 11 points. The first time they've ever done that as a team. Now their team accuracy is at 79%, which makes it the 4th best accuracy rate amongst active teams. As for the Harris brothers, this is their 2nd straight loss decided by a knockout. As for Lon Harris, in 5 matches, he has earned 7 or more points in the first round 4 times. And as for Jonathan Harris, he is averaging 4.5 points in the first round. They now sit with a record of 3-2, and since Jonathan Harris replaced JTE, they have an accuracy rate of 67%. If you want to find out other stats about this match and from around the league, check out SD Rundown Stats on Twitter, and don't forget to check out the Schmoedown Rundown every weekend right here on the Movie Trivia Schmoedown channel on YouTube, and also check it out on the Schmoes Know podcast feed. This has been your Schmoedown Breakdown.
Well, another really good match. As I predicted, critically acclaimed came out with the victory. So now next up for them, they got to face the champs, the Shire Wolves. Beast, Whitney, you're a good team, but I got to ride with the Shire Wolves. They are my favorite squad. Fife Club for life. But it's going to be a great match. Harris Bros, you had a good match, just came up a little short. Those round 3 questions were tough. But all in all, yeah, good match. If you like my reactions, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Christopher Woodburn. You can find me on Twitter, ChrisWoodburn83, Facebook, Christopher Michael Woodburn. And if you do Schmoedown reactions, trailer reactions, come join the MTS Fan Reaction League on Facebook. It's a lot of fun. So until next time, it's your boy C-Dub. Peace.